Lesson 9.2 is called Arithmetic Operations on Functions. So basically taking two different functions and adding them, subtracting them, multiplying them, dividing them. That's what operations are. And so I want to talk about what this really means. When you see f plus g of x, what that really means is you're taking f of x and adding it to g of x. So those two things mean the same thing. Some of your problems on Delta Math will show it in this notation. Some of them will show it in this notation. You need to know that that's the same process. They're asking the same thing of you. So number one says, given that f of x equals this, g of x equals this, find f plus g of x and express the result as a polynomial in simplest form. So again, this really means take f of x, so that function, and add it to g of x. And so that would be taking x squared plus 2x minus 63 plus, this is x minus 7. Now I hope you think this looks familiar. We've done this already. The parentheses are doing nothing. We're just adding. If there was a minus here, we would have to do something different, but there's not. So parentheses are doing nothing. You're just simply combining like terms. So I would put my highest exponent term first. That would be my x squared. 2x plus 1x is 3x. 63, negative 63 minus 7 more would be negative 70. That's my answer. Number two, subtraction. F minus g of x is really the same thing as taking f of x and then subtracting it by g of x. And so that's what that is here. So I'm going to take, in that order, what f of x is. I am going to put parentheses around it, minus what g of x is. I have to distribute this negative 1 to everything after it. And then I'm just simply combining like terms. I would have x squared minus 3x minus 18. Number three is multiplication. So as you can probably guess, when I see f times g of x, that really means f of x times g of x. And so I'm going to multiply x squared minus 3x minus 10 times x minus 5. Bad news is it just takes a minute to FOIL this out. So remember, we take an x squared, I take it times both of these terms, so I would get x cubed times negative 5x squared, or minus 5x squared, sorry. Negative 3x times x would be negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15x. Negative 10 times x is negative 10x. And negative 10 times negative 5 is positive 50. Put them in order. That would be x cubed minus 8x squared plus 5x plus 50. And then last but not least is division. When you see f being divided by g of x, that means f of x divided by g of x. And I'm going to write like that where it looks like a fraction. So I'm taking x squared plus 17x plus 72 divided by x plus 9. Now you've got three different options here. Option one, you could do synthetic division. Two, you could do long division. I doubt anybody's going to pick that. Or number three, you could do factoring. I'll put factor. Synthetic division, remember that if my factor is x plus 9, I'm really going to divide by negative 9. Then you'd write your coefficients of 1, 17, 72. Bring down the first number, multiply. That would be 8. Should get a remainder of 0. And this drops down a power from the original, so this would be x plus 8. So that's my answer. If you like that long division, remember you would write x squared plus 17x plus 72 divided by x plus 9. Figure out x times what makes x squared. You could do that. You should also get x plus 8. Totally up to you. Last one is my favorite. It is factoring this top because I see it's a basic trinomial. Thinking of what two numbers multiplied to make 72 that add to make 17, that would be 8 and 9. And it's still being divided by x plus 9. So you can see right here that I have something divided by itself. Just if I had 10 divided by 10 or 2 divided by 2, even if I put on x's, everything divided by itself makes 1. And so this factor divides by itself to make 1. Well, x plus 8 times 1 is still just x plus 8. So whatever factor you're left with, that's your answer. So that's my preference, but totally up to you if you feel like going back to synthetic division.